By the end of this video, you're going to know exactly what to do with your life. Right where you are, you gain deep clarity. You've heard it like 1,000 times. Follow your passion and the money will follow. Do what you love. It's the advice your favorite motivational speaker shouts from the stage. You know, it's written in bold on self-help book covers. It's catchy, inspirational, and it feels like the golden ticket to finding fulfillment in life. But what if I told you that follow your passion is actually one of the most misleading pieces of career advice you've ever received? Now, don't get me wrong, passion is powerful. It gives us energy, drive, creativity, and meaning. But when it becomes the only compass guiding your career decisions, it can actually set you up for disappointment, confusion, and even failure. Now, the problem isn't passion, it's how we idolize passion, believing that passion will magically lead us to purpose and prosperity and success. Now, real life doesn't work like that. So you're probably watching this video because you feel stuck, between doing what you love and doing what pays. You're deeply torn between chasing your dream and chasing your next paycheck. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. In fact, it's one of the biggest silent struggles of our generation. So you need to pay close attention to every second of this video. I'm Myles, by the way. I'm an international management consultant and a personal growth mentor. I have mentored and helped tons of young people gain clarity in their career paths and find fulfillment. What I'm going to do in this video is real talk that is rooted in common sense, strategy, and deep clarity. I don't do mere motivation. I help with life navigation. There's a difference. Whether you're a fresh graduate or you're in a career crisis or standing at the crossroads of passion and paycheck, the goal of this video is to help you design a life that allows you to be fulfilled and at the same time be financially secure and impactful. So, should you pour your heart into what you love, even if the paycheck is uncertain? Or should you prioritize financial security and build a life where money isn't a constant worry, even if it means sidelining your dreams? Let's dive in. So I want to provide a balanced perspective, acknowledging the importance of both finding fulfillment and financial security in navigating this somewhat complex issue. Now, the career decisions you make will define the rest of your life. You don't want to end up with deep regrets because you didn't make the right decisions. Now, let's begin by defining what passion and financial stability mean in this context. Passion typically refers to activities or fields that you're deeply interested in, like art, music, technology, the things that bring you joy and fulfillment. Financial stability, on the other hand, involves having a steady income to cover your expenses, support your family, save for the future, anything that reduces financial stress. Now, it's important to establish that in an ideal world, following your passion without any care in the world and with reckless abandon will be perfectly fine. But the challenge is that it's not that simple. We're material beings and we need material things to sustain ourselves. Your passions, especially when you're just starting out, do not always pay your bills. And as an adult, you've got bills to pay. Your dreams are valid, but so is your need to eat. How many times have we seen this? A talented musician refuses to take any other job, waiting for their big break, but struggles financially for years. Yep, that was me at some point in my life. Or a graduate resigns, from a good job to join a non-profit initiative that they're passionate about, accepting a small salary to save the planet. And after 3 years of being underpaid, struggling to get by, they end up emotionally drained. So what's wrong with the advice? Follow your passion. Now, for one, most people don't even know what their passion is. Let's be honest, most young people do not have a fully formed, actionable passion. Passions can also change. What excites you at 18 may not excite you any longer at 28. Building your entire career on something that may not last is like building a house on sand. Money can also amplify your passion. With financial resources, you can invest in better equipment, you can take courses to improve your skills, you can travel for inspiration, and you can hire help just like I did. I took international film courses and I have cameras, lenses, lights, and other equipment that can rival any YouTuber worldwide. I could only do that while not quitting my job because I'm financially stable. Financial stability lets you take smart risks. Passion often requires risk-taking, whether it's starting a business or switching careers. You want to take risks from a position of strength, not desperation. But reckless risks like quitting your job with no savings can really mess things up for you. Now, at the end of the day, the reason you have this dilemma is because you want your life to have some meaning. You want fulfillment. You don't want money to be your only motivator. You don't want to be stuck in a high-paying job that you really hate because you can't afford to leave. You want your life to have some sense of purpose. You don't want to have regrets later in life because you didn't get to do the things you always wanted to do. You don't want to have a legacy of emptiness. I understand you. I totally get you. Now listen to this. You can do what you love, but you have to be smart and strategic about two things: how and when. Now, the big mistake most people make is the all or nothing thinking. I must either suffer doing what I hate or be broke doing what I love. Life is not binary. There are ways to integrate both. Now, other times we over romanticize and idolize passion. Just because you love it doesn't mean others will pay for it. They definitely won't pay for it if they don't perceive it as valuable. Now, sometimes you're passionate about something because it doesn't yet come with any pressure. So there's this YouTuber called Vanessa Lau. She's a fantastic YouTuber. I admire her and I follow her work. Some years ago, she took a break from YouTube for a year. Now, she's passionate about what she does, but the business grew faster than she anticipated and she experienced burnout. She had to re-strategize and now she's back. See, passion can fade under pressure when you have to make money from it and it becomes a business. You may not like the business part. So here's how to make the right decision. We're going to do two things. We're going to do self-analysis and passion analysis. Now, let's start with self-analysis. Now, firstly, we want to determine what season of life you're in. Now, life is in seasons. What's wise in one season might be foolish in another season. You want to make sure you're doing the right thing at the right time because timing is everything. Doing the right thing at the wrong time is the wrong thing. Understanding the season you're in helps you make choices that are appropriate, strategic, and sustainable. Now, there are roughly 3 life seasons in the context of your financial reality. There is survival, there is stability, and there's freedom. Now let's talk about survival season. This is the season of urgent needs, rent, bills, food. You have dependents, or you can't just afford to take risks. You can't survive without a stable income. You may even have debts like student loans. You don't have significant savings or support. You're figuring yourself out. Now, if your family depends on you financially, jumping into your passion full-time with zero income might be reckless. Now, this happens with spouses in a 2-income household when one of them wants to resign and pursue their passion, knowing that the loss of their income could affect the family in many ways, but still choose to go ahead. This could result in resentment from the other spouse. If this is your financial situation, choose money, but keep your passion alive. Get a job that pays the bills, even if it's not your dream job. Let the job feed your stomach and let your passion feed your soul. You're not selling out, you're strategically surviving. Build a financial safety net, save, keep an emergency fund. So how do you keep your passion alive? Treat your passion like a side hustle or an evening or weekend project. Build experience, grow your portfolio, and build a personal brand on the side. You love photography, but you take a job as a banker to stabilize. On the weekends, you intern and you master your craft. Sometimes your 9 to 5 is not a life sentence. It's just a ladder, a very important ladder. You see, sometimes for your passion to become profitable, it may require a business structure around it. And if all you're driven by is passion and you don't have the relevant business skill or strategy, you may end up in a mess. And that's why being in a job for a while is actually not a bad idea. I always say that the ultimate reward you get for working in an organization is not the salary, it's who you become at the end of that journey. Your job can teach you structure, financial management, and prospecting. Everything you need to know to build the business structure around your passion. Now, the second season is the stability season. Now, you've gained some experience, you're earning better, maybe even saving and investing. You understand yourself, you understand your strengths better, and you're in a position to explore. If this is the season you're in, move towards your passion with caution. Start testing your passion in the market. Learn how to monetize your creativity or your passion projects and scale your side hustle intentionally. So, gain more visibility and more clients. Invest in tools, in trainings or platforms that can help you monetize your passion. Begin the transition from your passion as a hobby to your passion as an income stream. You can start taking some weekend gigs for yourself or taking some days off work for big projects. Launch your your passion into the market more aggressively. You use your job to fund and protect your dream until it's self-sustaining, okay? Start branding yourself publicly in your passion area. Be on YouTube, start speaking, start a blog. So if at some point in this season you believe you're ready to go full-time into your passion, validate your passion income stream. Ask yourself, can I generate consistent income from my passion? Set a monthly income goal and ask yourself, can my passion meet this? Secure yourself financially with a 6 to 12 month financial cushion if you're quitting your job. Plan your exit from your current job strategically, not emotionally. See, you need a runway, a clear plan. You need to be able to answer the question, what will I live on for 6 months if this doesn't go well? Transitioning into your passion doesn't mean burning bridges. It's building a bridge from where you are to where you want to be. Now, the third season is the freedom season. Yeah, you've built a foundation, you have a reputation, you've mastered your passion, you've created value, you're financially free, and you're in a position to choose what you work on, when and why. You may now run your business. You might be a content creator, consultant, thought leader in your passion field. So you're free to follow your passion even if it doesn't bring any return. Are you in a place where every penny counts? Then prioritize income, but don't let your dream die. Are you earning well and craving meaning? Then start nurturing your passion strategically. Are you ready to pivot? Then plan wisely, cut your expenses, save more, build a 6 to 12 month cushion. And if you're financially free, then go all in. It's time. Let me summarize it. Choose passion if you have a clear path to monetization, you're willing to hustle, and you can't imagine doing anything else, and you have a safety net like savings or a supportive family. Now, choose pragmatism if your passion has very low earning potential and you absolutely need financial security. You don't have a backup plan. Now, don't compare your season to others. Everyone's timing is different. Some start with privilege and others start from scratch. Some hit success fast and others build it brick by brick. Don't envy someone else's harvest when you haven't even planted your own seeds. It's not about choosing money or passion. It's about choosing to make the best judgments for the season you're in. By recognizing your season and making the right decisions for that season, you will avoid unnecessary pressure, you'll prevent burnout, and you build a life that's both meaningful and sustainable. Then you also need to do some passion analysis. Is it a hobby? Or does it solve a real-world problem? This passion of yours, is it marketable? Do people pay for this? Can it evolve into a business or a career? Is there a demand for this passion? Are there others making money from it? And how? Can I apprentice or intern or volunteer in this field to learn the business side? Is this passion scalable? So if you're passionate about, let's say, painting, how do you monetize it? Do you monetize it by teaching painting or creating digital art or working in design or building a YouTube channel where you talk about painting? How do you turn your passion into a marketable offering? At the end of the day, a hybrid approach is the most practical way for most young people. Work for money by day, build your passion by night and by weekend. Then over time, fully transition. You could be an engineer by day and write scripts by night. You could be a banker by day and start a YouTube cooking channel after work hours. You could be an accountant by day and build a photography business on weekend. Here's the truth. Passion and money are not enemies. In fact, the highest level of fulfillment is found where what you love to do meets what the world is willing to pay for. You're not stuck. You're just in a season, and seasons always change, but you must respect the process and master the season you're in. Now, if you have multiple interests and passions but don't know how to prioritize them, you have to watch this next video.